What is up, Renaissance crew? I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Now, this video that I'm about to react to is a comedian that I've watched a lot. It's kind of been a minute since I've last done their videos. This is Burnham. This video is called Men and Women, and it was requested by somebody. Who requested it again? Oh yeah, Andrew Crispin. I hope I said that right. If I did, and if you're still here, because this was about a month ago, I hope that you will go ahead and go in the comment section and let me know if I said your name right. If I didn't, I will go ahead and correct it. I don't know, probably never, because the video will already be over by then. So that's how you pronounce your name today. And this is, like I said, Men and Women. I couldn't find a video of Burnham actually presenting this like officially. It's kind of like everything is done through audience videotape, and the ones that don't have that are just like a regular album cover where it just has like the picture of wherever the song came from. But I'm gonna go ahead and react to one of these audience filmed performances, and this is probably the clearest one that I could find. I don't think it's that popular. It only has about 50,000 views on it. So I mean, there was one that had like 1 million and some views, but it was I think it was like extremely choppy. Like you probably would not be able to see anything in the video. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this and hear it, because it's the first time I've ever heard this.
Gary, what's up, dude? You go here? No. Are you always this funny? Or you don't go here? So you may be a free bird. Do you wander around looking for comedy shows to disrupt?
So it's a heckler.
Gary, come on, Gary. Let me guess, Gary. You saw Wolverine Origins like 3 times. Is that a good? You have an Ed Hardy shirt depicting a skull fucking a dragon. Is that right? That's just Ed Hardy. All right. Men and women. The song's called Men and Women. Men are like vows. They are easily broken. Women are like cows, because they both have vaginas. Men are like muzzles, because they'll try to shut you out. Oh yeah. Women are like puzzles, because prior to 1920, neither had the right to vote. Puzzles still work.
That's fun.
An eagle, yeah, a woman is a dove. Women can fake orgasms, but men can fake love.
That's perfect. So it's an even trade-off.
But not Gary. He doesn't get the chance.
Damn. What's up, Gary?
Women are like fingers and toes, they're easy to count on. That's just cute, I know. Men are like ravens and crows, because they hate using condoms. Women are like Yahtzees, because I rarely get them.
To this day, never got a Yahtzee.
Men are like Nazis, they both caused the Holocaust. For every dollar that a man makes, a woman makes 70 cents. That doesn't make sense. Well, that's not fair. The man's only left with 30. Men and women. It's black and white with an area of gray for hermaphrodite. Or nothing. Gary.
Gary.
just look like confused firemen. Thanks.
That was funny. So many things in this was actually true. It kind of goes into, okay, now this is when I take a comedy segment and I will use it as a segue towards a more serious conversation. So anybody that's looking for the actual funny stuff, I'm not gonna lie, you can probably end the video right now, because I'm about to take this and I'm about to pretty much make an analogy to something else that is technically related, but not necessarily. So the thing that he was doing with the comedy and stuff, ravens and crows are like men, they both don't like to wear condoms. You know, it was funny. It was also true. And I wanted to try to see, the funny thing is, when I say this, I know y'all are gonna laugh at me because it's so fucking out there. But I was about to make an analogy to news and the whole argument of fake news and things like that. I think a lot of people misunderstand what exactly fake news is, because there's a difference between fake news and biased news, or news that have a specific narrative or anything like that. Like, for example, I was watching I wasn't watching something. It was an article. It was on the internet. And this site that normally reported like legitimate news was writing articles about SNL skits about Donald Trump, as if that was actual news and things like that. And it's like, well, technically that happened. So in a way, yes, that is technically news, but why would you decide to make a story about that? It's irrelevant. I mean, the reason why you would want to do it is because mentioning Donald Trump's name draws clicks and views and things, because people either want to talk shit about the article or they want to laugh at the article. It goes into a lot of different things too. Like, for example, let's say that there was a news article about, let's go with CNN or anyone else, you know, the ones that tend to get the most flack for fake news. And I don't watch CNN, so I was having a discussion with somebody, and they kept on trying to throw the generic liberal stuff on me, like, oh, well, you probably just, or you, well, CNN doesn't say this, or Obama and this, that, and the other, despite the fact that I never once mentioned CNN or Obama in the conversation, but they were just kind of throwing that on me. But I'll defend CNN for a second. Now, CNN, the stuff that they report, is it wrong? No, usually it's not wrong. The stuff that they report usually isn't wrong. But do they ignore positive stories for negative stories when it comes to politicians they don't like, as opposed to reporting positive stories over negative ones for politicians they do like? Yes. Now, is that fake news? No, it's not. To report a story about how some news article or some news agency or newspaper agency got a source or a leak in regards to, oh, we found evidence that Donald Trump does this, that, and the other. Now, that is an opinion piece. It's not necessarily flat out stating that this happened. It's allegedly. It's one of those allegedly things. Now, them reporting that, does that mean that that's fake news? No, it doesn't. Now, would it be cool if they ignored the alleged stuff and focused only on stuff that's been verified and confirmed? Yes. Now, would it be better if, they even some of the coverage out? Yes. But at the same time, it's their news agency. They can do whatever the fuck they want to. That goes with, some of the things. Now, I will say Fox News sometimes do report actual fake news over other ones. And sometimes they do admit when they do fake news. But the thing with Fox News is, well, it's the same thing with CNN, really. Like, when it comes to politicians they don't like, they will report stuff that isn't newsworthy. Like, I remember a long time ago they had a segment on Barack Obama about because he asked to put Dijon mustard on his hamburger or something like that, and they made it seem like it was this negative thing. Now, was that fake news? No, Obama did put Dijon mustard on his burger. Was that newsworthy? Not really. Like I said, if you guys don't know, I'm currently subscribed to the Young Turks. I watch some of their videos, but the thing is, a lot of times they do tend to sensationalize stuff. Like, I remember they had a video where they were talking about, you won't believe how Donald Trump pronounces the country Niger. And so, okay, I probably have an idea of how he pronounces it, but is it newsworthy? No, I don't care. But did he not say it right? Chances are he did. Chances are he did say it wrong. Is that newsworthy? Not really. So when people hear stuff and they go, oh, that's fake news, no, just because you don't like it or because they said something negative without, like, balancing it with something positive, that's not fake. Did that thing actually happen? If it actually happened, then it's not fake. Now, how they phrase it and things like that, then you can have a discussion on whether or not they should have phrased it that way, but it did happen. Like, let's say there was a car crash on some highway, make up a highway, I-70, whatever, and 5 people died and 1 person survived. Now, there could be 2 different news agencies. One news agency could say, tragic fatal car crash kills 5 people. But then another news agency might say, crazy car crash, but miraculously 1 person survived, and it could have been a lot worse, or something like that. Now, both of them have stories about the same thing. One of them puts a little bit of a negative spin on it, the other one puts a bit of a positive spin on it. Does that mean either of them are fake news? No. They're both real news. It's just the way that both of them report it. So whenever you hear something about something happening, look into it and see if it actually happened. If it did, then you want to try to get around some of the things people use to try to hide opinion pieces as real stories. It's a lot like trying to find a video on YouTube and people use clickbait to try to get you to click on it. Now, when someone says something like, oh, greatest exploit ever in Red Dead Redemption, now if it has a question mark behind it, that's not a statement. That's them alleging something, but they're phrasing it to make it seem like, oh, we found this greatest thing ever. That doesn't necessarily mean they did. That they're putting whatever, they're saying whatever they want to say, but they're putting a little bit of an asterisk next to it so they can have a way out. Like, okay, well, it's not, okay, well, we didn't say it was. We were just saying, is it? Right? A lot of times people will make like declarations, but they'll put something in it, or the way they'll phrase it, you have to be real careful when you pay attention to it, because they'll phrase it or they'll do something that gives them a way out. Like, there's that way in case like you confront them on it, like, oh, this isn't true. It's like, oh, well, technically I didn't say that it was. I was just making an allegation. Anyway, this video is going on long enough. Y'all probably completely forgot about Bo Burnham's comedy at this point. I am sorry. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to something else. So, I am the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. And I will go ahead and move on to the next video. Hopefully, I will see you all there. I'm going to give you the deuces. Peace.